Okay, so this is the video walkthrough for my command line interface Ruby gem project with Flatiron School. So I will go over the actual command line interface itself, and then I will walk through the code. So I will change into my directory, run the file. So this is the introduction. This part here is basically just the introduction for the gem itself. What I've done is created a gem that scrapes the lead article from the two major news outlets on either end of the political spectrum. So the first option will present the lead article from the New York Times, whereas the second article will present the lead article from the Wall Street Journal. So here's where I scrape from the two websites, and these are the two lead articles from the respective newspapers. So the New York Times leads with Russian bots move quickly to exploit the Florida shooting, whereas the Wall Street Journal focuses on Qualcomm trying to acquire NXP. So this is, I think, is useful to see where the two opposite ends of the political spectrum find relevant given the situation in the country. So anyway, the first option is if the user selects option number 1, it retypes or scrapes the headline from the New York Times, provides a summary of the article itself, and then provides the URL for the full article. And the second option does the same thing for the Wall Street Journal, reprints the headline, prints a summary, and then gives the URL for the article. Then if the user types exit, I say thank you for using TMX News, check in for tomorrow's headlines. So the code is as follows. So I have basically 3 classes and a module. So the first class is the CLI, and it basically consists of one method that calls, basically is the menu. So from this method, I call the hello method from the module. So what I've done, let me just back up. So what I've done is I've created this module that basically just holds the introductory and exiting information for the CLI. I did this because I wanted to separate concerns. I figured it's better to have this just text in its own place. So it just made the code look cleaner, and that way the class itself is easier to read and understand. It's not cluttered with these methods that really are just text. So the command line interface class itself, so I've included this module here, hello, goodbye. So the menu calls hello from that module. It stores the articles from the article class in this class variable. This is where the while loop starts that runs the menu. So while the input's not exit, it asks the user to type either a number or exit. It gets the user input, strips it, downcases it. And then if this conditional basically checks which item the user selected. So if the user selects 1, it takes this array that's returned from the class, from the article class, and selects the index of the given article. So the input to index, I subtract 1, and that gives the index of this array, and prints the headline, the summary, and the URL. That's where this is printed. And then if the else condition, or the else if condition, is when the user types exit, I call the goodbye method from the hello goodbye module. And then this is the default. If the user types something other than a number or exit, then they get this error message. Please select exit or select an article number. The article class itself is basically an article that relies on the scraper class. So it basically calls the methods from the scraper class, the class methods from the scraper class, and puts the it shovels the scraped data into this class variable, and then just simply returns the class variable itself. And then the class, this basically lists the articles. So this is the first part of the, I can't open it again. How do I open it? Well, anyway, so this is the part where the articles are listed, where the user can select from. And then the scraper class basically consists of two class methods that simply scrape the website. So this one, they're very similar. The websites were luckily formatted in a similar manner. This is the New York Times. This is where the various items that are presented are scraped. So the article title is the headline of the article, text is the summary, and then the URL is the URL. And so that's the logic of my gem. I also have, basically I used bundler to generate all of the gems directories and everything. So this, if I go to rubygems.org, select, and there's my gem. So I have no idea why it's been downloaded 141 times. I just saw that today, so I don't know how or why that happened. So this concludes the video walkthrough of my gem. Thank you for watching, and that is all.